I can't get my brain off of DDP versus Hamzat Chimaev. I have not been excited for a fight like this in God knows how long. I think since Holloway versus Justin Gaethje was announced. And honestly, I was just like everybody else. I thought this is going to be Max Holloway's funeral. Max Holloway just signed his own funeral certificate. It's over for him. Then he goes out there and essentially 50-45s my boy and knocks him out in the last second, breaks his nose in the first round. It was a complete domination. All right? Now, this is something of that caliber. DDP versus Hamzat Chimaev is going to be movie level caliber. I'm telling you, this is going to be a cinematic film. The most interesting part about this whole thing, right, is that if Hamzat wins, the UFC is going to be in shambles. This Hamzat can only fight in like Abu Dhabi or like Fly Emirates, right? He cannot fight in America. He can't. He cannot be sanctioned. There's something going on with him. I think it's because he has like an immunity disorder or something like that. He can be in America. He can train in America. He can go sign autographs in America. He can go train at the UFC PI in America. He cannot be sanctioned for a fight in America. It might be because of his immunity disorder. It might be because of his lisp or because of his... Who knows? It's something, though. It's something. So, if the UFC has him as a champion, we are just going to be fucked for the middleweight division. This dude can barely make it to the octagon. Even considering, okay, this dude can probably only fight in October, right? Because that's where we go to Abu Dhabi. Or he could fight in June, where we just had the Fly Emirates card or wherever we were at, Azerbaijan, right? That's it. That's it. And then if we do get to that card, right? Let's say, oh, wow, we have Khamzat Chimaev versus DDP2. DDP went out and beat up Nasruddin Imavov or something like that, right? To go get, whatever, number one contendership. He's not going to make it to the octagon, even if he makes it to this fight, right? And then what? We're just going to have the same thing with Tom Aspinall and John Jones? We're going to have a reigning interim belt? Dricus du Plessis is on his third title defense. If he wins this will be a third title defense. All right? He's coming off of beating up Sean Strickland pretty decisively in the second fight. Before then, he submitted Israel Adesanya, which was it was a pretty close fight. I'm not going to lie to you, but he won that fight and got title of King of Africa. He won the real African title after beating Israel Adesanya, and obviously we all know he won the belt after beating Sean Strickland in a split decision. But Khamzat Chimaev is a special case, right? This dude was once like the most feared man in the UFC. Ilia Topuria has taken that title from him, pretty decisively. Khamzat Chimaev has like a sort of track record that he wins a fight via domination and then goes on to a savage war decision, right? So he went to a decision with Gilbert Burns, 15 minutes. Then he chokes out the Leech. Oh, Sorry, my fault. You know what I'm saying? My bad. He doesn't choke out the Leech. He chokes out Kevin Holland in the first round, 2 minutes. Then he goes to a brutal war decision with Kamaru Usman, which a lot of people thought was a draw, me included. Then he goes out there and collects all of Robert Whittaker's front teeth. So his next fight, via the pattern, says that he will be going to a decision draw. Well, not a decision draw, but just a decision with DDP. Now, DDP, as we all know, has absolute plot armor. He's great on the mic. He's good at mental warfare. He's going to be getting into Khamzat Chimaev's head, okay? Khamzat has a bunch of things going on with him, okay? Obviously, the lisp, the lip thing, okay, is going on. He only fights once a year. He has like some sort of immune disorder where he always gets sick and has to pull out. He had that really bad COVID stint, right? There's a lot of things going on with Khamzat Chimaev, and I think DDP is going to be able to get into his head. We've been seeing DDP train for Khamzat Chimaev for at least a year. Since before the second Sean Strickland fight, he's been training for Khamzat Chimaev. I remember reading an article saying that DDP told his training partners to shave their heads so they can keep their beards look more like Khamzat Chimaev, and he told everybody they want them to scream, "I'll kill you," or whatever that Khamzat Chimaev decides to scream at people. Now, I do see Khamzat Chimaev training with TJ Dillashaw's old conditioning coach, doing conditioning in the garage. I've seen those videos on Twitter. I don't think that that's going to do him any good, right? That's the same coach that got TJ Dillashaw injured, by the way. Now, everybody's talking about Khamzat Chimaev's cardio, so I see he's like, you know what? I'm going to basically spam wrestle this dude. I'm going to try the Marab strategy, which has been proven to work. I'm going to try this Marab strategy, and we're just going to use cardio to our advantage. I think that Khamzat Chimaev is not even going to make it to the octagon, which absolutely sucks, right? But that's just the bones that I'm getting in my body, the feeling that I'm getting in my bones. Feel I'm getting in my body. The backup fighter is rumored to be Carlo Brahalio, the fighting nerd. Now, the UFC is trying to throw the fighting nerds to the top of the list. Like always, these are like the media stars right now. Okay, everybody's infatuated with the fighting nerds because, you know, everybody likes a team effort. You know, everybody likes Khamzat Chimaev, Islam Makhachev team, you know, because they're a team. You get what I'm saying here? So they see, oh, wow, these dudes are sticking together. These are a band of brothers. Let's see if they could take over the UFC as a group, right? I mean, some of them. Marcio Ruffy looks absolutely insane, and Gene Silva just might be in the right place at the right time. But I have other videos for that. We're talking about DDP right now. Now, if Khamzat Chimaev pulls out, for whatever reason, a cough, a sneeze, he doesn't like what was said on the press conference, I do think we will be seeing a Khamzat Chimaev tear stroll down his eye. Or at least he's going to get very angry and spout some broken English and some nonsense that we've never heard anybody say ever in life. You know what I mean? Carlo Brahalio will stand a decent chance against Dricus du Plessis because he's not one-dimensional. He's not just a takedown artist. Khamzat Chimaev, you don't have to worry about the hands with, bro. Sure, he has one knockout in his career, in his UFC career. One. You know what I mean? Congratulations. DDP knocked out Robert Whittaker. To be fair, Khamzat has more of a brutal finish over him, but I'm not scared of Khamzat Chimaev striking. Got pieced up by Gilbert Burns for 15 minutes. You know what I mean? You lost that fight on the feet. Let's keep it a buck. But DDP is going to be able to stuff Khamzat's takedowns. I don't think that this cardio training is going to do him very well if he can't even make it to the octagon. You know what I'm saying here? Now, Dricus du Plessis, if he goes on to win this, and he's on his third title defense. How many does Izzy have? How many title defenses does Izzy have? Izzy had a few. Definitely a few. I'm going to say like 5. We're going to count 5. We're going to count 5. All right? DDP is almost there, boys. He's almost there. We might be looking at the middleweight GOAT of our generation is Dricus du Plessis. We'll see, though. Anyways, boys, I don't know why I can't stop thinking about this fight. Literally, I can't. I can't stop thinking about it. And in no times I think about this fight do I see Khamzat Chimaev winning. Like, at all. Not even close. Anyways, boys, drop my headphones. I think it's time for me to get out of here. Peace out.